Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Elements in Shadow with What Team Comp. I am your host, the Uncommon Guru, and we're here to play D&D. What? Are you still giggling about the frickin' thing, Paris?
Man got me! I'm sorry!
Have some control of yourself.
Got him.
It took me to an older session where she mentioned they hunted a rock, and for 2 seconds Stowe thought she meant an actual rock.
Oh,
I'm fine.
goodness. Okay. You meant something else. Oh.
It's not just a boulder,
It's a
it's
rock.
a rock. Lost my phone again.
So last session, you guys had been simplified. You guys had been making your way across Mervale, trying to head to Emerald Towers to find Wolf, the boss of Emily Snow. Snow? It wasn't Snow. Dove. Snow is your cat. Dove. I don't know where my mind just went there. I apologize, but you're trying to find Emily Dove's boss, Wolf, who is still ahead of you, who is supposedly heading towards Emerald Towers. Along the way, you've made friends, accomplished great things, and have made your way to Skyward Tower, which you've also found that there's work to be done, and you cleared out some arcanophages, creatures that absorbed anything that poor Alasha tried to throw at them.
3 spells, Alasha. 3 of
Yep.
them. And I
Yep.
took every single explosion.
It could have been worse.
Can't hit what you can't see. Whoops, they saw you.
That being
I'm not
said,
gonna lie.
Stealth,
I'm not
invisible.
gonna lie. I made it worse because I just went, hey, look at this.
That's basically what he did. Cheshire was like,
No, have you guys ever seen Anchorman?
I've
There's
seen
a scene-
clips of.
No, this is relevant, Guru. It's like, no, it is. In the fight scene of Anchorman, Brick just walks around holding a grenade. Not throwing it, just walking around at people holding it.
That's basically what Cheshire did. Hey, I found this thing.
Exactly.
Pow! Why'd you drag it to me, though?
Because it was funny.
She did.
So you
We love
guys
you, Dawn.
eventually got paid and went looking for things of magical nature to swap out or see what you could get for what you've earned, and made off with a decent amount of stuff, which I don't remember getting a reminder from Mads. I apologize. We can do one last thing with the shopping because you had an impressive banking of gold with which to spend.
I got a ring of cold resistance, correct?
Yes.
Ring
No,
of
you-
warmth.
We're in
Oh, ring of warmth.
Which, yes, it does give you cold resistance as one of the things that it gives you.
Okay. And it's a negative 50, I think, that I can resist?
Yes.
Yes. Temperatures as cold as negative 50.
And I got the really cool machete.
Yes. You got the machete. So, Matt,
Yes.
while you're looking around for stuff, trying to see
Mhm.
what all would be good for you, what sort of things were you looking for, just to remind me? Because I remember that you had that gold that you were like, I can use this, and then we never got around to it.
Let me double check to make sure I remember how much gold I have.
Can I give suggestion?
I mean, absolutely.
Since he's a wizard, go spell for spell with it. If you don't want any items, maybe you can get some spells that you don't have.
That's true. That's true.
Keep in mind, you also have to buy the ink as well as spell, though.
What specifically is in the shop, Guru?
a variety of magical items, which with the pass that you were given, stating that you'd helped and were of assistance, as it were.
Mhm.
You see that it's mostly armors and weapons in this section. There are a few other little bits and baubles here and there, like how he turned it and there was a cloak that was bought. Granted, it's on a turnstill, so you don't see everything he has, and he has a way to potentially move it back, essentially, to prevent people from being able to just jump over there and try and steal stuff.
I'm gonna go over to the cloaks and see what he has.
Okay. The majority of the cloaks are somewhat similar to the ones that, or the one rather, that was purchased by Snow. Let me actually pull this up here so I can look at my cloak real quick. There is one that you might know, specifically you, of course.
Stop.
As it is a cloak that is very foresty looking, and as you kind of finger the material, you've seen a few people that you've known who've worn this. It is a cloak of elven kind.
Any price tag on it?
You can ask him.
Price tag.
There's no price tag on it.
Of course. How much for this?
Which runs a good 300 gold.
I'll take it.
Okay. Mark that off the gold that we were discussing between one another.
Out of character, I still have 75 gold. What can I get for 75 gold?
Potion. And 25 gold.
What kind of potions?
Fairly basic potions predominantly.
Seller.
If you're looking for your basic healing potion, I got potions of climbing. Like I said, just pretty standard.
I'll take a healing potion.
Gives you a standard healing potion. And 25 gold.
I am good with that.
There's a dog sniffing my leg.
Hmm.
I don't know why my leg specifically, but it's happening.
Tell
She
them we
loves
say
you.
hi.
Obviously tell her that
That's
we say hi.
obvious. She flopped down and just snuggled up to the curve of my side.
She loves you. Obviously.
I have no food with which to give you.
Well, I'm good.
I'm broke.
I'm Cheshire.
And we're the Game Grumps.
No. Copyrighted. You can't say that.
Obviously. We're not. Obviously. I love their stuff, though. They're funny.
Sorry. So you guys, should we take a long rest and or a short rest, and then go do whatever the hell you people think is a good idea?
The guy wanted to talk to us in the sewers. Ugh.
Yeah, because that isn't suspicious at all.
Oh, it's absolutely suspicious. I'm just morbidly curious.
That'll get you killed one day.
I didn't hear what you said. You cut off in the middle of the sentence.
You can get killed
You
one day.
killed one day.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you sure? Kind of like
Not a good thing.
nudges you, just like, really?
No, I'm not sure, but if he knows more about the Arcana phages, then we could at least get that information and warn people.
He looks at Cheshire just like this. I really can't stop her.
Not with the balls you have, you can't.
Ooh.
Tell me I'm wrong, huh?
You're wrong.
I could say at least I'm not a liar. Alright, what's it out?
shakes his head. Just follows you guys out. All right. As you
My
guys.
brain wanted me to do something, and I. Oh!
Hmm?
Dawn.
Yes.
I want to ask around for something.
Hmm?
Is there a way that I can permanently tilt that poster so it shows the person actually behind it?
Say again? Oh, the poster?
Is there? Yeah, can I tilt it so that essentially while I'm holding it, it's just permanently showing the face?
If you hold it in a specific way, yes. Granted, when you hold it that way, it's only as they're looking at it. So as soon as
Sure.
they shift their bodies, it'll shift to the other form. So it's not anything you can do.
Okay, well then she'll just shift it in front of people. She wants to ask around to see what the fuck.
Okay, roll
If she can
investigation.
find the person.
Roll
Investigation or persuasion, since I'm talking to people.
Sure. Persuasion.
It's not the worst thing ever.
I mean, there's definitely been stranger rolls, but you ask around a few people, and they're not rude. They just kind of they look at it and they're just like, it's fancy paper. We are aware of the arcana of this. And
I'm asking if you've seen the guy on the poster.
not really. This doesn't appear to be anything of which I've encountered.
What race is this person? Because they're talking real weird.
The person that you're speaking with, they're a little slow to speaking, but they do appear to be a dwarf. And by appear to be, they're a dwarf. I don't know why I say appear to be. But yes,
She'll
they're a
switch
dwarf.
to dwarvish. Do you know anyone who might have seen them? Anyone who gets around more socially with people?
They give like a half shrug and they're like, depends on the bar.
What's the best bar for me to ask this question at?
If you're insistent on going to a bar to find out, a big draught. It's on the other side of the city, but it's still open when it'll be still open when you get there.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. Gives a little wave.
Big draught is what he said. Is it spelled the way I think it is?
Yeah, like the big drink, basically.
Oh, I was thinking like it's spelled like drought. How do you spell draught?
Draught, if I remember correctly. If I'm spelling that wrong, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Batters. Thanks, Don.
There have been some stranger rolls. Some of them have been with lemons. Of course they have been.
Also, I technically found my phone. I just don't know where.
Oh,
I'm
It
gonna,
vibrated. It vibrated by my foot, so I know it's nearby.
okay.
what time is it?
At this point, it's afternoon.
Like, what time afternoon?
At this point, you'd say it's probably...
Oh, there it is.
You've still got some time before it's sundown. Good amount, a couple hours.
So about like 2, 3 ish.
Give or take. Yeah.
I'll try to find one more of those like jobs I can get done like before midnight type things, like
Right.
the bouncer job I did before, just to make some cash
Mhm.
and do something with my time.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Seven.
Not really. Most of
Oh,
these
right, it was
jobs
also-
are later in the evening, meaning that it's going to take just more time to actually...
Yeah, I'll just
Go
take
in.
a short rest and then to heal up a bit.
No worries.
Actually, can I take a long between here and then?
It depends on how... I mean, if you guys are going at like midnight, you can technically take a long rest, yeah?
Well, we're not gonna go at midnight. We're gonna go at like 11 because we need to be there for midnight.
Yeah, you'd be able to do that.
How long did I say the man gets my spellbook?
A couple of hours.
Oh, only a couple hours.
Yeah, and then you'd come back the next day to give him the rest. He's holding on to the potion in the meantime.
All
Basically,
right.
like, when you come back, you'll get we'll
Mhm.
finish our trade.
Mm-hmm.
He knows you're coming back, but at the same time, you gotta be.
If it's only a couple hours, I mean, I could just go back to his shop though.
Yep. So you'd have time to do other things as well if you needed.
Okay.
I'll just take a short. It's fine. I'm not going to push along.
Up to you.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'll just take a short for now.
I will use Arcane Recovery,
Okay.
even though I have no book to cast most of my spells with, just in case.
A card. How are your spell slots looking?
I hate when I click over and it does that. I can do maybe one of my more powerful things and a few other. Well, most of my small stuff I can still do easily, but
You know that lesser thing you got?
which thing?
The thing that makes me less tired. One of that.
I have a use of it.
Keep it open, just in case I have to exhaust myself a bit more. I
Try
don't
not
need
to,
it now.
obviously, but I'll keep it in mind. Cat pats you on the shoulder. Like, it's like a awkward, like, one hit smack to your shoulder. Like, just like, yeah, I'm gonna be polite about it still. But he's like, just like just a quick smack on the shoulder, just like, try not to.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Try not to push yourself too hard. We need you
Yeah,
alive
if things-
as well as in good shape.
If things are going to get as bad as I think they're getting, no promises.
I know. Believe me, I know.
You're out of character.
Mhm.
Do I need my spell book to cast cantrips?
No. You don't even need your spell book to
Yeah.
cast your spells. The spell book is to change your spells.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have it back so that you could change your spells out, then you would need it before the next day. However, if you're just willing to, let him have it for the full night, he'd be able to get all of them and swap them out.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to swap out any spells you currently have as your current spells.
Right.
That's the main trade-off. It's one of the reasons why wizards are as good as they are. You can literally write down your spells and be like, okay, I can lose my spell book and then just change it out later if I had the spells that I was just never going to be, swapping out later anyways. Granted, you're also going to want to have a good number of spells to be able to swap around to meet whatever situation you're going into with a little bit of clarity and practice if you're, able to do so, preferably.
Mhm.
So if you wanted, you could, like, you do not. I don't think you need arcane recovery, or rather that you need
Your spellbook for
spellbook
arcane
for-
recovery.
Yeah, I don't think you need it for arcane recovery. So yeah, you're totally able to do that. There's no issue there.
Cool.
So you are able to get back half your level in spell slots.
Sounds good.
Oh
You
my
sound like
gosh.
fucking Woody Woodpecker, Paris.
yeah,
Yeah, you did it with
Yeah.
your mouth closed.
You're both nerds, and I adore every second of it.
You're not the first person to tell me that.
What?
No, Butters, because my mom said I sounded like Woody Woodpecker.
She would know. So, As you guys, I would presume you're all at the inn at some point.
I mean, I went to the tavern first, but other than that, yes.
It's back to the inn that you guys are staying at, or to the other tavern first?
The drought? Not drought.
The
Draught.
deep draught.
Deep draught.
Basically, that's the exact sound you would hear upon entering. Yeah.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is making it rain champagne?
They're not making it rain champagne. That's the good ale.
She poker headed just to see what chaos awaits her.
Dwarves. Lots of dwarves.
Very willing of both of dwarven kind. I'm basically your god in here.
Wait, what?
The belt of dwarven kind! If I remember correctly, it gives you advantage on persuasion checks with dwarves.
Yep. Charisma checks in general, I think. So technically you can be more intimidating towards dwarves.
Yes,
You would
that
never
is actually a factual thing.
Without due cause. Nope, it's specifically persuasion.
Does it say specifically?
You have advantage on charisma, persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves.
That makes sense.
That's boring.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's just not as fun, though.
I'm aware.
If she wanted to intimidate someone, she'd just break their arm. It's fine.
It is a place that is 100% just, it is filled with dwarves.
That dwarves.
She just mutters quietly, I'm gonna have to take Kark here. Walks in. She'll head over to the barkeep.
I ain't seen you around here before.
Completely in dwarvish. I'm new!
He switches to dwarvish himself. Oh, good, I don't have to switch out my mother tongue. What'll it be?
If you could, I actually need a little help with some information.
Slaps down a rag on the counter, just kind of stares at you. What'll it be first?
She holds up the poster and tilts it so like the actual face shows.
He gently takes your hand and pushes it down. Drink first. Information can come later.
Ale!
There you go.
Just normal ale.
4 copper. Past the table. A
So
silver
then 4
for the
copper.
paper.
Wait, 4 copper and a silver?
Yeah, for the paper. Motions to the paper you were trying to show him.
She'll give him a platinum.
That's customer service. I need more patrons like you. He takes it, pours you a mug of ale, sets it down in front of you, takes the paper, and just kind of starts slowly flicking it back and forth as he looks it over. Huh. You're looking
What?
for... Which one of them are you looking for?
The human.
You mean the Genasi? No? What
The
here?
other person is the actual image. I don't know who, but I think someone here might be messing with the wanted posters because there were a lot like those in the town I got this one from.
So what you're actually looking for is you're looking for the people who made these posters.
Well, not exactly.
Well, make
You
up
see
your
how-
mind. What are you actually
see how-
looking for?
Okay, so you see how the person other than the Genasi on that poster has tattoos, right?
I see it.
She'll point to hers. He used to be one of mine.
The Genasi is the one with the tattoos, Paris.
Ow!
The Ifrit
You
is
said
the one without
human.
it. No. It's an Ifrit who's the other one.
You have led me horribly wrong
It's
here.
been Ifrit the
It's
entire
been Ifrit
time.
the entire
Terrence.
time.
It's been Ifrit the entire.
So there was a Genasi and an Ifrit on the end.
Yes.
Okay, then the Ifrit. Fucking hell.
Yes, that is a very
You
different
told
thing.
me that it was someone else.
I'm coming in to defend Guru Paris. It's always been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No one has corrected me this entire time that I've said it's a human.
I didn't know. Sorry.
I didn't realize. I thought you were meaning just the other person in the picture. So that's why I never said anything. That's my bad. I thought
Wait,
you were
the
just
other
saying...
person in the picture.
Yes.
I'm confused
The
now.
Ifrit is the other person in the picture. The one who is your tribesman is the Genasi.
Oh, okay. I got very confused.
Or the tribesmen, similar tribe, essentially. Because you're seeing them with the tattoos. Suddenly there's some clarity, isn't there?
I've been saying human for so fucking long, no one has said anything.
I apologize. I thought that I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
People get upset if I correct them. I'm kind of just like, I just kind of don't do it too much anymore.
You're
People get upset.
fine. You did good. All of you have done good. Thank you for letting me know that I needed to inform you a little more of what was actually being said.
Just looking for the Jurassic.
Kind of. He looks at you for a second, like he looks like he's about to say something. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I gotta sneeze. Fuck. It's stuck.
One of my favorite parts about Door and Kind,
Jesus Christ, I hate this.
I love it. Like when you think that part isn't about like magical, that part isn't magical. They just like every dwarf seems to really like your belt. It has nothing to do with magic. They just like.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a case of like, oh, it's someone else that actually knows and respects my culture. So you just gain their respect because of that.
It's my It's my culture is not your belt.
How dare you look at my belt with that tone of eyes?
The tone of eyes. What?
I know what I said.
No.
I'm guessing Paris got that reference. Hopefully she did.
I swear it's familiar, but at the moment I can't. You're gonna have to tell. You're gonna have to remind. Yeah.
You guys are fine. Just relax. He looks it over and he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna say that I know what it is. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Fair, even. That being said, I don't know him by name, by face, or anything like that. I'm sorry."
Wait, you've seen him? Wait, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
No, I've heard the name before.
Any information is good information.
I'm not the one who knows the information is the main thing.
Who does?
Yeah, it's
Paris,
another.
did you take us with you or no?
Did I what?
Did you take us with you?
I think she went alone.
She just walked off, so anyone who followed her would be coming. She basically said, I'm going to check out a tavern. Y'all can come with me.
I would have come.
He's with her.
If no one else did.
I went with her. I rolled the
Oh my God.
d20.
Excuse me.
I rolled
Alright.
the d20 on the 19.
I will
went with
stay
her.
with Karg then.
Okay. Karg sees Cheshire go with her and is just like, alright. He's not happy about it, but he's allowing it.
I
In his
just give
own
this
mind.
guy stank eyes.
Listen, man. Look, hey, listen. He like gives you a stink eye back. He's like, hey,
Just
stop it.
stern face of a tiefling.
Yeah, he gives you the stern face of a
Dwarf.
dwarf back,
Dwarf.
just like.
You sure that's all you know?
Ellie has like the big fluffy eyes. Anything that you could tell me would be wonderful, please.
You see him like
Barbarian, good cop, bad cop.
you see him like lick his teeth for a second, like in thought. Cheshire, roll a persuasion check or an intimidation if you're trying to intimidate him.
Sure, man. Which one got proficiency in? Actually, which one are you doing? He's giving stern face. I'll go intimidation.
All right.
That's one higher if that's a 15 if I'm using strength.
Look, fucking, it's a traitor. Trader, not
Say-
traitor. Trader. He comes through every now and then. He might not be in here for another couple days, but he's seen your friend. Supposedly they were friends, even. He trades with some of the local tribes every now and then. They bring in good pelts. Hell, he kind of motions to his wall where there's a bear skin that's kind of like on display.
Why didn't you want to tell her?
Well, because there's a few people who are, less than cordial, if you will, about people asking around. Let me try and put this another way. People are going missing when they're asking around about people. Genasi specifically, yes, but some of the people asking around about the Genasi also are going missing. And I don't want to end up one of them, if you catch my drift.
Mum's the word.
Please and thank you.
She basically just empties the mug, and by that I mean she downs it.
Of course.
Spins around in the stool and hops up. All right.
Don't
Thank
fall
you.
on your ass.
She'll take the poster back. Come on, let's sit back, Cheshire. Oh, and thank you for your help.
Take care of yourself.
So what if I do before she walks out the door?
Does this guy have wanted posters up at all, or no? Just looking around.
Say again?
Does this guy have wanted posters hanging around, or just?
He does not have wanted posters hanging around. Than his bar. He's more of a drink and forget about everything going on sort of bar, rather than a business bar for people coming in and getting work.
Guru, just for a note take, want to make sure I got all that down.
Yep.
So basically, the guy said that he knows about the Ifrit, but he doesn't know as much about the Ifrit, but the trader you mentioned
No,
does.
not the Ifrit. The
The
Genasi.
Genasi.
About the Genasi.
Also, he does, before, as she's leaving, he kind of motions to Cheshire. He's like, your friend's a little quick-paced and whatnot. Might need to tell her to rein it in before people leave. Look, his name's Varn. If you meet him, he might be able to help you out a little bit more. He's on his way to Emerald Towers right now, so if you're heading that way, you might be able to meet him there. It's a good time of the year for selling, if you catch my drift.
Alright.
Varn, V-A-R-N.
Mm-hmm.
VAAR?
No, V-A-R-N.
Okay. And that's the name of the trader?
Yes.
Which Cheshire is not going to mention.
Why?
Mm.
He's literally hindering her.
I know why he's doing it.
Oh, Lord.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
When you two arrive back at the tavern that is your tavern where you are staying, Snow is sitting in a chair, slowly rolling a cup of milk in his hands, and slowly just...
I thought you were going to say joint. I'm like,
No.
God.
A mug of milk. He's not rolling a joint.
Just,
mug of milk.
this man's just posted. Like,
No, mug of milk, just like he always has. As you two enter, he kind of flags you down and has Alasha and Karg sitting nearby. He just kind of motions to chairs.
Ellie will take a seat.
Thanks. Kind of looks at Cheshire for a second. Whether you stand or sit, he doesn't care. He's just wanting to make sure you're able to hear him. I've been thinking about some things, and I appreciate you traveling with me, and maybe I'll meet up with you again. But I need to move on ahead. There's some people waiting, or they don't know that they're waiting for me yet, but I can't keep... Sorry, I need to figure out this difficulty. And it might be faster if I head to Emerald Towers myself. I could wait for Karg, but I can't. This needs to be figured out faster than just that, if you catch my drift.
Ellie has her head tilted. She doesn't say anything. She just looks slightly confused.
There's just been some...
Jared just nods.
Yeah.
Like,
He looks to Cheshire specifically and just kind of gives a slow... There's no respect in it, it's just a nod of just understanding. Never met you guys. Just passing through. That fair?
Okay. Why?
He looks to you and then looks back to Cheshire specifically.
I don't know if she would get it.
He's not waiting to see if she gets. He's waiting to see if Cheshire does.
he just nods. Single.
I do appreciate the time you've let me be here with you. And I hope to do so again. Just kind of looks between you guys, just like motions. Stay safe. Alright?
No promises.
Try.
I'll try to keep them out of trouble.
He nods. I don't expect it, but I can hope as much as anyone else. Stands up, takes his milk, and awkwardly just finishes the last little dredges that he can't quite reach. He's got a little milk mustache that he quickly wipes away. Nods, grabs his pack of just a few things, and begins making his way out of town. Pulls up his hood and walks out the bar. So,
I don't know what just happened. I mean, I get that he left, but I don't get why.
Had shit to do, I guess.
Can I roll insight?
yeah.
Yep.
I'm tempted to as well.
You're allowed to.
Not that. Put that away.
Nice.
At the very least, he seemed in thoughts.
Just shrug.
Elisha,
I don't get anything.
he's drinking his milk, and apparently he just has to go
Yep.
forward.
Dawn.
Hmm.
Very dumb question.
Always glad to answer those.
Can I drink and have a short rest?
Yeah, you can. There's nothing stopping you from doing both.
Drinking is a light activity.
Yeah.
Then she will
Unless
just
you're heavy
order-
drinking.
Yeah.
No.
Just some light drinking to, pass the time. You're able to get buzzed, basically. But if you need to roll any hit points or hit die to regain hit points, go ahead.
God, please. Ugh.
Come on. No.
I don't think Karg needs to. Yes, he does.
Hey, that's
There
so
we
better.
go. So that's a total of 25.
9.
25 in total.
2.
And I'm gonna roll one more.
Another 9.
Cheshire starts doing something you haven't seen him do in a bit.
Mhm.
Or most specifically heard him do.
So
If those were-
consistent.
If those were 6s, we'd be in trouble.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
But yeah,
Mhm.
you hear him just humming again, which he hasn't done in a while. Just.
You sound happy.
He's only done it when he's contemplative before. Like he did it a lot back when he just met you guys and you were in the forest.
Do I glean anything from
Oh,
that?
not that. Ignore that.
Probably not. He's just humming the tune again. It's been the same tune every time.
Very faint poking of the side. Something on your mind?
He doesn't react at first.
She'll keep poking him until he does.
He doesn't.
You said at first.
Yeah, he doesn't react to touch, remember?
I do remember. That doesn't mean she does.
Unless you start jostling him, he's not going to react to it.
Yes, sir.
What?
Something on your mind? You're humming again.
Little. Not too much.
You okay?
Fine.
Oi. He spins back around and keeps drinking. She's not a griller. Wait, actually, Dawn. How long is it until
Just gotta go drink a little bit.
Okay.
apple cider or alcohol?
Alcohol.
Okay. Just a little bit, of course, as you mentioned. And how long until what?
Until we have to meet this guy at midnight, is what he said?
Around midnight, yes.
He'll be there until the moon is in the middle of the sky.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, midnight.
So we'd have to leave at 11. You can get
I
there.
mean, if you wanted to get
Alright.
there, before then, leaving a little bit before then, whenever you feel would be most appropriate.
Well, he said he would stop being there at that
Yes.
time. We don't know what time he's going to get there.
Yes.
So 11 is our best bet that he's gonna be there. Ooh. All I wanted to do was lay back. I now have a dog on me.
Nice.
Dog loves you.
Stop it!
So.
He's trying to lick up my nose. Move! 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 Thank you.
During the time as those two are off drinking, Karg kind of awkwardly shifts and leans over to Elisha. Something's weird. Did you notice the things walking around with the people like you?
Yes. What of it?
I decided to ask a question or two when we were out this morning. She kind of thumbs at Ellie. She asked a few questions, mostly about people like yourself. There's not any elves in the city. Turns out most of them are either further west or doing their own thing, if you will. But these things, do you know what a shield guardian is?
May I roll, Guru?
History or Arcana?
History or Arcana? We're in these one. History. That's a 9.
I was one off from being an actual one. Holy shit.
Can I roll both?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
History and
24.
That's so much better.
The Arcana lets you know that they are little, well, not little, they're medium-sized constructs with a little medallion that is what binds them between a person who is utilizing them and their instructions. As far as you know, history-wise, they certainly exist.
Yep.
They're certainly a thing, but there's something that's like that thing that you know of, but what they are doesn't ring any bells.
I know they're a type of protectorate construct with a medallion that binds them to a specific user. Historically, I don't know too much about them, though.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, I'm going to sound crazy a little bit, and I need you to bear with me, if you can.
Go on.
First off, I'm a little scared, because when I first saw it, I was able to play it off easy enough, but I almost guiding bolted it, because I remember seeing that. And I have no idea where.
But seeing one evoke such a strong fear, almost attacked it on sight.
Yeah, that's why I tried to ask around to find more information to understand what it is, but fucking kind of drags his hand down his face slowly. I don't. No one seems to be able to give me a definitive answer as to why there are as many as there are. There, in this city, there's probably a good 100, maybe. That many in a city like this? It doesn't make sense to me. But everyone else acts like it's casual, like it's completely sane. And yet, for some reason, I had the most insane desire to attack and destroy one of them as soon as I saw it. Like, my heart stopped for a moment. and I don't know why.
Guru, am I getting anything from what he's saying? Is this ringing any bells?
With your history check, it's not really. And I mean, if you want, you can roll an insight check on what he's saying, to try and
Here's
gauge
the
his.
Name. This
His,
would be.
yeah.
Sorry, this would be the place to ask about that kind of thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. This would absolutely be the sort of place to ask about this sort of thing.
Alright.
Give me an hour. I'll see if I can find something out about this.
He kind of just like nods slowly and sits back. He doesn't say thank you, doesn't say anything. He doesn't seem to know what to say. It's like the breath was just yanked out of him. But he nods and he just kind of looks at you just like, so you're going to go looking around?
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk to people, in which case you can roll a persuasion check if you prefer.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What am I missing?
Where did you leave at?
I just left like right before she made the investigation. I didn't hear what she was rolling it for.
Did you hear the Karg thing that happened?
How he's freaking out about the Guardians? Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, she's going to go look.
So did they just get up and walk off?
She did.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to follow her or not. Or at least ask what the fuck she's doing.
You're certainly welcome to.
She'll tap her as she walks past.
Yes,
Where are you going?
to do some research.
Oh, what?
I'm interested in these shield guardians.
The big things?
Yes. I'd like to see about learning about them a little bit more.
Would you be offended if I came with?
Not at all.
I want to see how hard they hit.
That's fair.
She'll get up and
And
follow her.
unwise.
Wait, what?
And Cheshire, as you said, I want to see how hard they hit. And she said, that's fair. And Cheshire said, and unwise.
I'm not gonna just straight up attack one.
Promise.
I promise. Unless it decides it wants to take a shot at Elisha.
All right.
Chester's just like the older brother watching.
Just like rubbing his face, just like, I cannot even believe this.
Is Clark sitting near me or away from me?
He's sitting at a table. After Elisha gets up and starts talking to Ellie, he waits until afterwards and goes to sit down next to you.
He just goes back to absentmindedly humming. Same song.
After a little bit, Karg will be like, "Hey, Cheshire,
Hmm.
that song is, you said it was Halfling, right?
Yeah.
What's the song about?"
Originally, Halfling. My mom would sing it in Halfling, sing it in Common, sing it in Halfling, sing it in Common. She would mix it up. She's
What
told
was
me.
it about originally?
Well, she apparently said she came up with it. She apparently said that she used to told me she settled down. She at first was, well, adventurer type, not fully, but type. She settled down, had a kid with a human. I came out. She was very confused. He was very confused. Yeah.
Fair
No,
enough.
she knew a man that this is the story she told, which was she made a song. A man that used to do good things, but not do them in good ways. Song about him. I don't know. It always stuck with me.
It's more than fair.
Don't know if I was talking about my father. Probably wasn't. Maybe was. Who knows at this point?
That's fair. Hopefully, it's a song that sticks with good intent.
Well, it's doing bad things for the right reasons more. Is what sticks with me.
I see it.
So, I think, like I said, I don't remember much from my family childhood at this point. I think, uh, based off the lyrics, I think she called it something like the sinner. He just shrugs, goes back to drinking.
Fair enough. He shakes his head and just nods. He doesn't drink, he just sits there next to you, just kind of listening to you hum.
So what you gonna do if I did do it?
Do what?
You got such confidence that I didn't. What you gonna do if it turns out that I did?
Do what? No, seriously. Say that again?
If I, you have such enthusiasm that you say I didn't do it. What you gonna do if I did?
Out of character. Do what?
The family bit.
Killed his fam.
Or kill his family?
I like
He's
how
basically
everybody-
asking. He's
everybody-
basically asking if he's so sure that Cheshire did not kill his family, how would he react if he found out that he actually did? Or what would he do if he found out he actually did?
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I was understanding the context. I was like, wait, hold on.
You're in a public place. You're not gonna say it fucking out loud.
Obviously, but that's why I was
He's
just
not
still
that
checking
drunk.
that. Yeah,
He's getting
He's not
heavily,
that drunk.
yeah, he's getting heavily buzzed, but he's not that drunk.
I'm aware he's not that, but I know I'm aware of that. I was just trying to figure out if I understood. Like, hold on, is he talking about this thing or?
We always make a joke
Your
about
family.
him making an ass out of himself because he assumes, so he's trying not to assume.
Mhm. Today, I have no reason to believe that you've done it. Turns out tomorrow that I was wrong. You've been nothing but a friend, and I will respect that. I'll try and understand what happened,
And
because
Clark,
I don't believe it.
just in case things ever do go wrong, if something happens, I say this around anybody else. Don't get upset. You don't mention it. Don't say anything, even in response to it. If something ever happens, kill me. If I'm about to get taken to a prison, kill me. Got it?
You don't want to go back.
If I ever turn for some reason, kill me.
Obviously. That goes without question. I'll do my best to try and get you to prevent that, but if it comes
And
down
if
to it,
things ever get dire, and Ellie falls, and Elisha ain't looking great either, I want you to pick Ellie up, grab Elisha, and leave me behind to take a few extra blows for y'all while y'all run, alright? We've never discussed that. I feel like we've had it a bit too easy so far. Something's gonna kick us off our feet. Worst comes to worst, you run with them two, alright? I can be a good distraction for a bit. Worst comes to worst.
Right. If worst does come to worst, I will try to help you as best I can, but I agree, them first.
Been a piece of shit in life. I don't give a shit about me currently. Just to make sure those two don't die. Because at this point, tragedy is inevitable. You just gotta roll with it. That's basically where he'll stop talking.
Yeah. He puts a hand on your shoulder after he like lets there be an air of silence for like a minute or two, and he gently puts a hand on your shoulder. Angela will not judge you for whatever you've done. I do not. You are, whether you believe it or not, or whether you realize it or not, you are a friend. Then he takes his hand off your shoulder and just kind of stares across the bar. Doesn't take any drinks, just kind of let you guys have a moment, have your silence.
This is what happened when you leave the two guys alone.
They have boy talk. The if anything goes wrong,
Dudes
kill
being
me.
dudes.
I've come to accept this.
Just guys being guys.
Boys will be boys.
I know, right?
Oh
Alright, so, Elisha,
Yep.
you are investigating currently,
I am.
and you got a 21 investigation.
I did.
You are able to find someone pretty quickly.
Mhm.
And that person they're working on fixing a part of the shield guardian, as far as you can tell.
Mhm.
It looks like just like the arms just like not moving correctly. And as you're approaching, they kind of look up at you for a second, just give you like a half wave. Sorry, I don't mean to be holding up the road. Oh, come on, get in there.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, hello there.
What is he struggling with?
He's trying to push a finger back into a socket. One of the fingers fell off.
Can I just take it and like shove it in?
Make
Push my
a
finger.
strength check to see if you can control strength and not just break part of it.
Just straight strength?
Yeah. With that, you're able to get it popped in, and with it popped in, you're able to you watch as you like motion to take it, they let you in. It's just watching you just pop it in. They kind of like blink for a second, just like, wait, what? Yeah. Thank you.
That wasn't so hard.
I mean, I'm not exactly. He kind of flexes, and it's clear. He's not a man of the muscle.
She pats his back, and it's probably still too much strength, so Fight lurches forward. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that your brain is your strength.
Yep.
And she'll point at Elisha.
Oh, you as well? Is this your shield guardian? Does air quotes just like
I
Something
don't
like
use a
that.
shield.
That's the thing about shield guardians. If you looking at the shield guardian, it does not technically have a shield.
Misnomer.
Yeah, what it does is it can interpose itself to make it harder for people to hurt myself, if you catch my drift.
So it's like a wall.
Kind of. Makes for best of friends.
Yeah.
He looks very concerned at that laugh. Looks to Elisha.
Elisha knows what that laugh is.
I know what that laugh is. He doesn't.
Oh, you don't have too much to worry about. As long as it doesn't approach her threateningly.
Trust me. If anything, it's only going to act defensively. There's no. Hold on a second. Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
She's got the trank dart ready.
He like jazzes over to the shield guardian and they like strikes a pose and the shield guardian mimics it, mirroring it. So it's like, you know, arms crossed, just like chka.
Is it a JoJo pose?
No, it's just like arms crossed, leaning back to back.
Oh my god, is it like was it Real Steel? Anybody remember that one movie?
Kind of, yeah.
Anybody remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
She just tilts her head when it copies him. So it follows everything you do.
Any command I give. I'm just, you know.
She moves back over to Elisha.
It's helpful and whatnot, and it certainly can help out in other ways too. But yeah, you know. Sorry, I'm talking a lot about my little thing here. Just kind of pats his arm.
Actually, she'll point to Elisha, is fine with that because we actually both came to figure out more about them.
Oh, I can certainly see what I can do to help.
Elisha, you know what questions to ask.
I am familiar mechanically constructs, but the history of them is something I haven't looked into before. Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
What are you looking to know? I mean, history, but you know.
Have they ever been involved in any incidents before? Has there ever been an occurrence where they have malfunctioned?
That was gonna be a weird look.
There's a few times. Those are rare though, and usually when they malfunction, he makes like a like, you know, like kill the switch kind of motion with his hand, just like, you know.
Oh, okay.
They're not exactly how do I put this? Not exactly autonomous. They have to have someone with them, and if you lose your ability to control them, they just kind of stop working at all.
Have they always been used just as little helpers and such in the city?
Well, there's, you know, before.
Mm.
He seems to pause for a second, kind of like blinking, thoughtful, and then kind of shakes his head after a moment. And is just like, there was an influx of them from a year ago. You know, you get enough people interested and whatnot, they'll start being something that people need to find as a necessity. You know, and there was enough need that people had that they started filling in niches, and we already had a lot of them anyway. So,
can I insight when he paused?
Yeah.
Same.
That's a strength check. Oh no, there it is. I was like,
no, it's an insight.
no, the thing went little bleep, and I'm like, wait, that's a strength check. I'm like, wait, what? Elisha,
Mhm.
When he paused, like his eyes almost glossed over for a second as though he was trying to remember something, and then when he finally refocused, whatever that thought was just kind of fell out of his head.
Question half.
Just to make sure, what was the question that Ellie asked?
If they were always used in the city.
Hmm. And then after he said it's been like there's a recent influx of them, but they've always
Within the
been
last
here.
year.
Within the last year.
So he's just saying like a lot more people have been buying them for what though?
They had a surplus of them, and so people have been asking for them to be used more as these entities of assistance.
Hmm.
Wait, so they
all
have too
around.
many of them essentially?
They had a large number of them, and so they it was just like, well, I mean, well, we have them, we might as well, put them to good use rather than just let them, sit in storage or something like that.
Why are so many of them just sitting around?
Don't know. People just, we realized we had them and we needed to have a use for them. I think we were expecting to have a lot more of them be broken and stuff like that. So when they weren't, you know how it is. So if it ain't broke,
Don't
I would
fix it.
also like to insight check that.
Right.
go ahead.
Same roll. Consistency.
With the 10, he seems to be uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
Paris with the 14. He seems to be interposing ideas as though he's like, that's what he's been like, yeah, this makes sense in my mind. But it is likely his thoughts, not the actual thing. So you're aware that he's just kind of throwing out ideas that may or may not be the actual facts.
You don't actually know, do you?
Well, I mean, so you gotta know. Well, I mean, no one actually has said that it's that reason, but what other reason is there? Gives a, this awkward shrug of, eh.
There's a million reasons why it could be.
Yeah.
Gee, how short is this guy?
How tall are you?
6'2", I think at the moment she is.
At the moment.
You're a little bit above eye level with him, so he's like maybe 5'7".
She tilts her head with a smile, and to just anyone who doesn't know her, it's fine. Elisha, you can feel that she's kind of threatening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's probably best to not spread misinformation.
I'm not. I'm just giving an opinion. It's not any misinformation if no one knows.
But you're not saying that it's your opinion. You're presenting this as though it's actual fact.
Oh. I see what you right. That is completely my bad. I should have considered that. I am sorry. That I did not think of that. Sorry.
She pats his back again. It's fine.
Thanks for
Do you
understanding.
know where they... Do they rent them or do they sell them?
I mean, I had mine for a long time before, so I think I did. Yeah, I'm sure. But most other people who are like renting them and whatnot, I mean, he taps the little pendant he has. If you have to be willing to put in a decent chunk of money, but around these parts, getting to that place, I mean, if you know how to work hard and actually get things done, you can earn the, what was it? It was at least, what, 5,000 gold? No, it was 5,000? Yeah, that sounds right. Between 5 to 10, depending on who you're buying it from. Some of them actually have, like, gold inlaid into them, so they're worth more.
To rent or to own?
To rent. For, usually it's a 2-year period.
Ellie looks at Elisha with huge eyes. I don't think I've seen that much money. Ever.
I know money. Because of my background, you know this. I know I haven't seen that much money.
Just to rent it?
For 2 years. That's a good amount of time for these sort of things.
Out of character, this is just a car lease.
Right.
Basically. I mean, if you can pay off more for the purchase of it, it can come up to anywhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 gold.
You see your eye twitch.
Granted, that's a higher end, newer. The older, more beat down ones tend to sell less. I've heard of one going for as low as 22,000.
That's more. Oh wait, for selling. For selling.
20
not
for
selling,
selling.
yeah.
Not for renting. No.
Do you know where they're made?
It depends on the people making them. They all have to be wizards.
So maybe the people at the tower would know more? That's where the wizards are, isn't it?
Yeah. The higher up the tower, of course, but
Maybe once we're done with what we need to do, we can go there and ask.
if that's what you want. I mean, to be fair, you're not going to get too high in the tower, to be completely honest.
Ellie taps her chin. Maybe we can find a wizard wandering about.
We'll see.
I have to keep watch for people who look like you.
Thank you for your time.
It's
course.
appreciated.
Yeah. Good to meet you too. Strong, kind of scary lady. Very scary lady.
Oh. One last thing.
Huh?
This is very stupid, but I have to ask. Can I test your robot strength? Not to fight! She immediately turns to Elisha as she says that.
Why yelling?
Because if I don't clarify, she might think that I'm going to try and fight it.
You're
Do you
right.
want to be punched by it?
No, I just want to arm wrestle it, essentially, because it's too
Oh.
big to actually wrestle.
Oh, I mean, sure. Kind of looks to Elisha, just like, is this normal?
Yes. And I wouldn't worry about her. I would worry for your construct.
Okay.
How? I'm sorry. Bad copy of that. How big and strong does this thing look?
I mean, it looks tough. It's about the size of Karg.
Oh, it's only that big.
Which is still very big. No, I apologize. I'm wrong. It is larger than Karg.
There we go.
It is a large construct. I thought
Oh,
it was a medium.
jeez.
So yeah, it is a large construct.
So, Elisha just sees her grin turn from just the usual thing to almost fucking feral. I'm raging.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you grab the arm and you're going to Rajay.
Rajay, God, I'm so triggered by that.
Roll a strength check with advantage, or
Strength or athletics?
Athletics.
Rip it off. Rip it off.
Oh, please
Rip
do it. Oh, that's really good.
Too bad it rolled a 5 and it win.
It's you can see it immediately. This arm, like as you're holding it for a second, it's holding with you, and then slowly you can hear as you begin pushing
gonna
it to the other
snap.
side. It's not going to snap. It's just trying to prevent its arm from being bent the way it doesn't want. But you can see there's like a ball for the joint, which lets it move its arm basically freely as it wishes. Makes it a lot easier to not have to worry about
It just
breaking
does the robot thing you see in cartoons where they like bend the fucking arm at the elbow and then the forearm just spins.
Kind of. Roll another one.
Oh, maintaining.
Deal 1 point of damage to you.
She's biting into her lip.
Yeah, exactly.
Its arm as it's being pushed further back. It's not like straining or struggling like as a human would, but it's just maintaining as much as a creature can. Roll one more.
Ooh.
Oh, not good.
As you're like yes,
almost
yes.
natural.
You see the wizard be like, come on, come on, come on, come on, and all of a sudden you feel your arm just go back in the opposite direction, like oh no, as you lose ground, as it all of a sudden just begins starts pushing you back up. Roll another strength check.
Better.
Pretty sure you beat that. Yeah, you did. So you begin pushing it. You're like, no. Just start pushing it back down. Like, nope. You get down there. You get back down there. Roll another one. Let's see if this is the last one or if he beats you out again. Didn't make the noise. Did you roll again?
Yeah, 23.
Level 23.
That's what I was double checking. I was switching over to check its stats again, and it didn't get the little blip. So yeah, with that, you get it over, and the wizard is like, whoa, yeah, call, like makes like a kill the lights motion. She's like, yep, you win. That was impressive.
She lets go and she looks very confused.
You win. That, jeez.
Okay. I did it! She turns to Lush with her arms up.
I had no doubts in you.
Yeah. Don't worry, I marked it off. I can now tell Karg that I beat a robot thing.
Construct.
That one.
Don't worry, yeah. Glad to be of assistance.
Thank you for letting me do that.
Nope, no problem. Gives a little wave and just kind of like as you're leaving, you just hear, "What a nice, scary lady."
Before she left, she put 2 gold in his hand.
Okay, he's not complaining.
I would hope not. He just got free money. She'll head back to the tower with the Lawson unless Lawson wants to stop somewhere else.
How long has it been?
Within the parameters of about 39 minutes.
Yeah, we can head back.
I'll look around to see if this is gonna be really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If she sees anyone like Lawson in terms of they are carrying like a spell book or something.
I mean, there's plenty of people with books. Whether those are spell books or not is up to debate.
She knows that they're a little bit more intricate than just a bare basic book.
Some of them are just bare basic books.
Some of them. Not all of them. So she's looking for an intricate book that she would think is a spell book.
Roll a perception check.
Wow.
Looking around, you see a few intricate looking books. The people who are carrying them, not quite as intricate. But there's maybe 2 that you would say stand out as being perhaps more magically inclined. One of them is a human who is how do I put it? they seem very assured of themselves. And with a beard that seems to be like almost stringy in nature, just sticking out in every direction.
It's raggedy.
Raggedy, yeah.
What's the other one look like?
The other one is more of a stout figure, as they're a dwarf. Yep, another dwarf.
She will poke Elisha, and she probably pokes her a little bit harder than she means to because she's excited.
I take half a hit point in damage.
Wait, you take no damage.
It ain't the nat 20 like the booty spank, alright? It's fine.
Yes.
If you use a spell, you can see magic, right?
If you use a certain spell, yeah.
Do you have that spell?
Oh, let me see if I got that prepared.
Look, if you do, it makes it easier. If not, she's just gonna walk over to a dwarf.
I know.
We're aware.
Yeah.
My dog just laid on me.
She loves you.
I do have that prepared, yes.
She'll point to the dwarf. She's trying to be discreet about it as opposed to the pointing child. But she'll point to the dwarf. Can you see if he's magic? Or at least the book on him? Out of character, is it crazy to assume that it's...
That is magical.
Yeah.
It's not crazy to presume that because you're Ellie. Elisha will be able to inform you that spellbooks are not always magical. Just some of them are. Granted, there are certain books that are magically treated. They're generally more common to purchase, but even common magical items are still costly to prevent damage and such.
That's why I'm sitting here like... Because I figured that most wizards, if they work at that tower, would have their books treated in one way or another so, you know, their spells don't get fucked up.
That's a fair assumption.
I can cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Oh, did you eat that? Don't. No, do not. Do not. You know better. Oh, she actually didn't eat it. She's just staring at it. Good girl. Move. Move. I still don't trust you.
That's a mood. Yeah, I'll mark off a spell slot and
Of
cast
course.
Attack.
It does ping with Abjuration magic.
Much like my own spellbook does.
Yes. Similar, in fact.
They might be. The book does resonate with protective magics, which usually means the information within is something they wish to keep
Can you
safe.
speak up a little louder? You're really quiet. I apologize.
Devour the The best part is I can hear him just fine.
The book does resonate with protective magic. It could very well be a spell book. It could just be a book that's been protected by magic.
Only one way to find out. And she
I
will head towards the
suppose
dwarf.
so. There she goes.
I like how this actual voice slipped in. When Elisha gets truly tired, her voice deepens. She'll shout, "Excuse me," in Dwarvish to see if she can get his attention.
Excuse me, fine sir.
Excuse me! 6 dwarf heads turn to look.
The dwarf kind of glances at you, just confused. I
have a question for you, and I know you don't know me, and I'm very sorry to ask this, but
Do you have
Is
a
that
fishing
spellbook?
license?
do you have a fish?
what?
Sorry, that was a bit fast.
No,
Is
no,
that
no,
spell-
you're fine.
And she'll point to the book on him.
Squints at
You
you.
know, like magic.
No magic, I.
Are you a wizard?
I.
Can I ask you about the fuck? Shield Guardians. There we go.
I was about to say. It's like he look like his eyes like widen at that, just like, look,
I'm
the
happily
language.
engaged. Sorry.
Listen, we don't need to talk about sex in the middle of public. But yes,
I'm
if we're
very
talking about shield
happily
guardians,
engaged with him.
what sort of questions do you have?
Well, one is how are they made? Because I'm just curious like that. But second of all, we asked him before what they were used, if they were always used for the city, and he didn't quite know.
I
Would you happen to know?
roll to see if he knows.
The fact that I can talk to this dwarf and he's willingly giving information is wonderful.
Also roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Yay. Wow.
Not bad at
Nice.
all. I mean, you're being so nice, and I like the cut of your gem, especially your belt. Good belt.
Thank you.
Yeah, it pulls you together. I can't quite really say I have any inclination as to what it is specifically. I do know that before they got into this line of business, if you will, where they're known for being assistants and helpers rather than, well, kind of scratches his chest awkwardly. They used to be mostly given to mages of warfare times and such like that. If you had
So
one,
they
it
were-
generally was a position of either wealth, in which case that meant you had done enough to be bequeathed with Shield Guardian rather than ink with which to copy down new spells, which ink to get new spells, very useful. But it meant that you had done something of enough merit or value to mean that your life was worth protecting, if you catch my drift.
So they were used for war.
Aye. But I know that a year ago something happened, and we had a bunch of surplus of them that we had, and we had no use for them, and so they started being rented out. It's how the Skyward Tower actually got kind of motions to everything around them. It wasn't quite as extravagant as it were, but as you've seen, points to where you guys had initially come in, where they were working on expanding. We've been trying to make the most of this. We've got a lot more gold coming in from people actually renting them out, and we're using it to give back to the city to make it a better place.
If I can ask,
Hmm?
do you know what the war they were used in was called? It's just
His eyes like go like blank.
as in like the 1,000-yard stare of an ex-warrior or some shit.
Something like that. And in
Does it
Dwarvish,
resemble what happened to the other guy?
his is a little bit further, and in
Oh,
Dwarvish,
man.
I'm going to send you what the translation is, because you're the only one who hears this and understands it, because I don't think
Oh, boy.
Elisha knows Dwarvish.
I don't. I haven't cast anything to let me. Doesn't matter. She'll just tell me.
This should be interesting. Also, Matt, did you see what I said in the ship post?
Not yet.
Look at it, you won't regret it.
Hmm.
After he says that, he has that kind of blink. He's like, "I'm sorry about that. What were we talking about?"
The Shield Guardians.
Hi, good things the Shield Guardians.
Do I know the name of that war?
No. Actually, roll a history check with disadvantage.
Well, I asked just because I know
roll-
you mentioned like the.
Roll it with disadvantage.
Ha!
Nope.
She looks at Elisha, and for once, she looks uncomfortable. Like, it's very hard to get her to that point, but she looks uncomfortable.
What is it?
I'll tell you once we're done asking him.
Alright.
But one more question.
I.
You said that they were used for construction and they were used to make the tower, right?
Oh, we've been using them a lot more for that. Some construction places have a good amount of credit that they're able to place upon our shoulders, with which we can then kind of motions to everything around. If they don't give it back, pay it back to us, we take everything that they've built, and therefore, well, it's good manner of business, if you catch my drift.
So it's like repossession.
Essentially. But most people are confident in what they're doing with the buildings they're making, or they're just asking for assistance with, making sure that what they're having built is guarded correctly, if you catch me
Out
drift.
of character, I just want to double check. So basically, the ones that get rented by people but can't pay the bills get repossessed and used in the construction?
No. If you're unable to pay, it's like a car payment where the thing gets repossessed and they have legal claim to repossess other things.
Oh, okay.
So if it's used in construction, which it oftentimes
Then they
can
own
be
that
used in
property?
construction, that property is essentially theirs rather than the construction company. The construction
Oh,
company,
so
yeah.
the construction company are the ones that are getting them repossessed.
Yes, if the construction
Got it.
company is unable to pay it back within the time frame given to them, which he appears to think that it's fair.
I don't totally understand all this, but it does help to have some information. She'll hold her hand out. Thank you very much for your time, Mr.
My name is Argus.
Is it spelled the way I think it is?
How do you think it's spelled?
A-R-G-U-S.
Yes. Argus Angus. What? Why does everyone always do that when they hear my name?
Okay, so I'm gonna make that laughing character. She claps her hands. I love it!
Oh, well, thank you. Kind of slaps his chest. It's good to see people who are actually appreciative of my name. Thank you. That made my day. Slaps your shoulder. Thank you.
How?
Take care of her.
How? No! I demand answers! Physics denies this!
You have a lower arm.
Okay. You said slaps the shoulder!
Oh. Slaps your
I
arm.
even slapped his own
Yeah.
shoulder.
Look, no, you said yours, so I'm like, wait,
I
hang
slapped
on.
my own shoulder. I forgot, you're 6 foot.
How tall is he?
Not
He's
that.
about 4 foot. So he
Dwarves
can
four?
reach up.
Unless
He's
they're...
a fucking tiny ass dwarf.
Sometimes it be that way.
No, because that's a small creature size.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, this
Dwarves are like
no,
4 and
yes.
above.
But they
Like
can
4 to 5 feet.
4 feet
Yeah,
is
4 to
a
5 feet.
small creature.
4 is
Man.
That's
4
all
is
right.
the smallest that you can get with the... No, excuse me. I think it's like 4'2" is the smallest you can get with the dwarf.
Oh, is
But
this
they
4'2"?
can, like... 4'2" is the smallest that you can get, I think, but the highest that you can get... Like, if you're 5 foot, you're tall for a dwarf.
Yeah, he would be considered short for a dwarf.
Okay. That's why I'm sitting there like...
No,
even,
you're
like,
correct.
if he was tall...
He's short for a dwarf. No, that was
like-
completely a thing that I was ready to roll with, because he is short for a dwarf.
When he smacks her arm, she smacks his backpack.
I like her. Hey, keep an eye. He kind of motions to her, just like, hey, keep an eye on your lady friend here. She looks strong, but she could always have another person watching her back, if you catch me drift.
Big beautiful brain.
There you know exactly.
Oh,
You know exactly.
I'm Elizabeth Wallbreaker.
Hmm?
I'm Elizabeth Wallbreaker.
Wallbreaker.
Though I'm part of the Wallcleaver clan, don't ask what happened.
Appreciate it. Elizabeth Wallbreaker. I'll do my best to remember that.
She'll wave by as she walks with Elisha.
Take care of yourselves. What good people.
And as soon as like she can't see that dwarf, her face drops back to the uncomfortable one. When I asked him what they were used for outside of this town, he said they were used in war. In the Deadstones War. I don't know what that is, but the way he looked. That event haunts. That's an expression that I...
Guru, have I heard about this Deadstone War?
History check disadvantage.
Actually, I have a question, Don. Has anyone in my family been in war? Like, any immediate?
With your 4 on a history
Oh,
check,
something.
you don't really know.
That's not bad.
with it-
No, in a war. Not this war, just a war.
Your dad's probably fought in a war, I'd say.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
Roll an intelligence check.
Not disadvantage, you fucker.
Doesn't ring any bells. Granted, there's tribal wars, which is just standard short bouts of war, if you can call it that.
I'm asking because essentially what she was gonna say is like she'd seen her dad look like that before, but I wasn't sure if he'd been in a war.
He's been in combat.
God damn it! Fucking Fallout.
War never changes.
God damn it.
With an 18, Alasha, the name, you remember reading that name. And as you grasp onto that thought, it's like it slips through your fingers, in like your mental fingers, and suddenly you don't remember where you saw it. But the name flickered there for a second, and you had for a moment a memory that then was no longer in your head.
I just like that term.
Why does it sound like your mic is pressed against your chest?
I just like that term.
Oh, there we go. The term war?
Mental fingers.
Oh, mental fingers.
Yeah.
I don't
Open your
like
body.
this.
I don't like this!
My whole thing is being a brain. The fact that something is stopping my brain from doing what it's supposed to do just irks me.
Mm-hmm.
Alosh is sitting here triggered.
This is like the antithesis of enlightened brain meme.
It's going in the opposite direction.
I don't like that.
I am big brain. You cannot attempt to force me to be small brain. How dare you?
Cannot attempt to force me to be small brain.
Yeah, but the fact
What
you
was that?
caught even a flinch of that, or an image of that, a glimmer of that, like it like makes your eyes like widen slightly, and you're just like and then the memory isn't lost. It's just that you can't place any of the details or any of the information from it. You just remember reading it as part of something. The rest of the details around it, nowhere in your mind.
What
Hey
was
Guru,
that?
hey Guru,
What was
hold on. I had to check something.
What was that fucking spell that Peta had cast on him by Meg's mom? That was just cast on Alasha right now. Just for a
Hey.
split second.
Hey Guru,
Yep.
I want to try something.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I want to detect my own thoughts.
Can you do that?
I don't know. It says any creature you can see within 30 feet.
You can't
I'm
see
a
yourself?
creature. I can see myself if I look in a mirror.
Do you have a mirror?
I probably do. Give me a second.
Worst come to worst, I have a sword and I know it's polished.
Guru, you can also just look down.
That's what I was thinking. Like, look down at your hand. But
I probably have to see my face or something.
yeah, that's what
I'll
I was
say that
thinking.
you have to see your head.
Hold on, I got a lot of things in my inventory.
He's going through it as fast as he can.
Unless we have a burglar's kit, no one has a mirror.
Ooh, I have
Mhm.
bottles. Bottles are reflective.
Yeah,
I can see
reflective.
my own face.
I'll allow it. Roll an
Wouldn't it
Arcana
just be an
check.
echo? Because you could hear your thoughts already.
You can
'Cause
dig
you just hear
deeper
the
into someone's
uppermost
mind.
thoughts. Yeah, guess.
It's essentially like
Oh, shit,
fishing
that's-
through your own
That's
memories.
history, but it's the same thing. Sorry,
Same modifier.
same modifier.
Okay. So with the same modifier, are you trying to dig deeper?
Like, I'm thinking about the thing, and then I want to dig deeper. Do I have to fail my own?
Do you want to
Check?
fail the check?
I would like to fail the check, please.
Okay.
Fucking detecting my own thoughts.
This is the
Didn't think
most
this is where I was
backwards
gonna go.
fucking thing I
Well,
expected.
Here's before Guru says this is how I hypothesize it's gonna go. Is because it says if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, emotional state, or something that looms large. So you're just gonna be like, this person is trying to remember something.
Enlightened. Please, God, tell me your pupils dilate.
Like something like it just doesn't seem
We're
like
gonna see what happens, guys.
Butter is broke for like
It
2 seconds.
does fail,
Yeah.
but what happens when you hear the thing looming in your mind
Yeah.
is you hear your own thought, but it is not the thought you are currently thinking about. So it does not actually echo the way that you are expecting it to.
Mm.
And what you hear,
I'm writing real fast.
let me know when you're ready.
Go on.
I have forgotten something important. And there's a flash of distress followed by a suppressed feeling of calm. As though for a moment there is just, this needs to be done, followed by a, no, I'm okay. But you felt the suddenness of the change.
Like
That
something
feels-
trying to suppress me.
That felt like something forced you to calm down. How many people's brains in the party have been tampered with?
I think all of them.
Cheshire's have it.
Now
think
that you know
Cheshire
them, how would
really
you know?
I think Cheshire and Ellie are the ones who currently don't seem to have it. Does Elisha look distressed?
For a moment, yes. There's like this frustrated face scrunching up and absolutely just distraught look. And then it just seems to melt away and she looks calm but contemplative.
Did that look
Confused.
unnatural?
Yeah, you've never seen her have that sort of face before. She's usually pretty,
Chill?
yeah, chill's a good word for it.
I mean the transition, like she's suddenly distressed and then, oh, fine, I'm fine.
Do I remember being distressed?
Yes, the thoughts that you're reading, while it is an echo of your own self, you recall this feeling of distress. This memory, while it is oh wow, my mind just shifted gears, you remember that because you had the detect memories up. Detect thoughts up, not memories. Detect memories is a whole different spell.
It sure is.
Also, Mab,
Yep.
please God tell me that her pupils, like, got enormous
I mean,
when she dug
easy.
in.
I mean, this is her digging into her own thoughts. I'd be surprised if she didn't, like, at least dilate the pupils.
So she comes back to Ellie waving her hand in her face. Oh, you look constipated. You okay?
Yes. Yes, I'm just... That was a new experience.
What did you do?
I read my own thoughts.
You have to use a spell for that?
In this case, yes.
Why?
Well, it didn't work.
Oh, shit. Wait, what?
Something prevented me from remembering something. So I tried to see if I could delve deeper, to see if I could push past whatever it was. It didn't work, but it did break through the haze. I remembered that I couldn't remember something. But the haze pushed back in, and now I don't remember it anymore.
You looked very upset, which is very not normal for you.
I don't appreciate people tampering with my mind. I don't appreciate people tampering with me at all, but my mind is one of the most sacred places to me,
Yes, where you get all your spells.
among other things. And for someone to have tampered not only with my mind, but the mind of that dwarf and the mind of that human, this speaks to magic on a very large scale, larger perhaps than anything I have ever seen before.
Snow kept mentioning that he couldn't remember things. Someone's messing with a lot of people. And it feels like a random choice. Because you and Snow have, well, in terms of skill, nothing similar. You don't have anything in common with that dwarf. The dwarf doesn't have anything in common with the other kid.
It might not be that we remember the same thing people are trying to make us forget. It might be that whatever we remembered fit a certain criteria that people didn't want us to remember it.
You see your eyes cross?
Bad things happened. People wanted to cover them up, so they made people forget. Different bad things from what I know compared to what Snow knows, compared to what those other two know.
Snow didn't mention that he was a soldier. Maybe he had part in that war? Well, we should probably get back to them regardless. I mean, maybe with enough tampering... God, it sounds like you're... thing and not a person. Maybe with enough tampering you could break the... she air quotes barrier? The barrier that's stopping you from remembering?
Perhaps.
I mean, even if it's magical, any kind of shield or wall can only hold up to so much damage before it crumbles.
True.
But she will pick up a loss because she looks distressed and she only knows physical comfort.
As is her way.
You are very smart, so I'm sure you will figure something out eventually. She will start walking towards the tavern that Cheshire and Carr are in.
Alright. So you guys arrive back. Cheshire and Karg are just sitting pretty much where you guys left them at the bar. Which, to be fair, Karg wasn't at the bar before, but he's there now.
Is he drinking?
Nope.
Hey.
He's just sitting there.
He has nothing in front of him.
He hasn't asked for anything.
She'll poke Karg's shoulder. You okay?
Yeah, just thinking. That's all.
I just imagine when he fully turns around, he just notices that Lasha is sitting on her shoulder.
This is nothing new.
Thinking about what?
our situation.
I mean, it could be worse. The whole world could be burning around us.
Would that be the worst?
It's one of many.
Fair enough. Just kind of shakes his head, just like, ah, yeah, sure, I get you.
You met a dwarf named Argus Angus. I laughed too.
I'm sure he was a great guy. Just shakes his head, just like, oh my gosh, oh no, don't laugh, don't laugh. I want to laugh so hard.
You should go ahead and laugh.
Oh no, it would be rude and it would be racist. Gently pokes your nose.
Nah. We found out some more information about the Shield Guardians.
Oh.
They, up until, I think the guy said a year ago is when they started using them for assistance in construction and stuff.
They're used in what?
Construction. And they assist people. Well, at least they started doing that about a year ago.
So they're construction creatures.
They are rented out for various purposes.
He
But
points
the
up
city
to a
seems
lobster.
uses them primarily as construction assistants, being as they are large and powerful. However, prior to this, they were used in a campaign called the Dead Stone War.
Stones.
1 second. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, jeez. Wait, why?
Ignore that.
Oh.
I was trying to move the thing out of the way, and it
I thought he
instead,
just suddenly blasted me. I'm like, what did I do?
you've done nothing wrong. The look on his face seems to imply that he's thoughtful, but after a moment he kind of just shakes his head and is like, that doesn't ring a bell to me.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem with everyone.
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 What if it's a big hoax?
No.
No. People, well, in certain quantities, remember the name.
Okay.
Even Alasha knows it. But when she dove into her own head to see if she could remember further, it's like something blocked her.
Something kept her out of her own head.
That's right. This irks me. Quite a
I
bit.
think they're called mental barriers.
Roadblocks and frustrations from the sound of it.
But it shouldn't. The whole reason why we're worried about this is because it's not like she was just trying to remember it. She used a spell on herself to see if she could remember it. Something that shouldn't be stopped.
Guru, I've like pretty much finished the book of the history of Vicgens.
Mhm.
Any of this ringing a bell?
Roll a straight history check.
Ooh.
What?
Roll a straight history check.
Okay. Lamb.
No, sorry.
I forgot to turn off disadvantage.
It's still an 11.
Yeah. I'll just like open
You-
like
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you can open the book.
yeah. It's the
I
one. It's the one he's trying to like get done with, so he's probably having it on his person.
Of course.
I'm so upset that I didn't get the joke with tech thoughts until now. The material components for it
Mm-hmm.
is a fucking copper piece.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking penny for your thoughts. Fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
I hate this so much.
I'm surprised it took you this long.
I didn't know the material components.
That makes sense. So you open it up and you start flipping through it. Roll an investigation check.
Can I help him so it's a straight roll?
Because it's looking through a book, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Make a what?
Investigation
Investigation.
check. Because you're flipping through the book real quick.
At disadvantage?
Straight roll because you're just looking through the book at the moment. And you've read through the book once. It's just, you're more towards the more recent stuff that
I
was
was saying-
published.
Yeah. I was saying more because exhaustion.
Oh, yes, you're right. That would be with disadvantage then.
Son of a...
You start like looking through the pages for a
Mhm.
second. You kind of like close your eyes, just like headache, and you kind of just set the book down, just like nah, can't find it.
Yeah.
Would you like me to try?
Nah, I'm good. Just puts it away. I don't even know if it's in there. If it's more recent.
I wonder if there's a library here. Maybe, well, once we're done with everything, we could take a look at it.
Did you want to take a look, Elisha?
Why is it that big of a deal?
At the book, I was hoping to, but it's his book.
You can. He rolled low enough that basically it just looked like he opened the book to a page, looked at the page, and was just like staring at it for a moment, and was just like, I give up.
Just a normal investigation check?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you put it away. If you,
Oh,
That's what I was saying,
yeah.
yeah.
If you put it
Yeah.
away, then no.
yeah,
Yeah.
you put it away. He doesn't understand why people are so curious about it.
Because it's something that literally no one remembers when we bring it up. If it was that big of a deal, people would remember it.
So it's not that big of a deal.
It's a big enough deal that someone tried to block an entire continent's worth of people's memories about it. This isn't just
Well, we don't know that
myself.
for sure yet.
No, I can't say that I've surveyed every single person on this continent, but based on the fact that Karg had enough of a reaction when he saw one,
He had a reaction?
He kind of looks at Elisha just like betrayed.
I didn't say what kind of reaction.
Yeah, no, I know. He just kind of. It's still the look of just like, hey, don't go saying things.
yes, he was mildly put off.
I didn't say what kind of reaction, then immediately just puts him under the cart anyway. He looks worried now.
It was akin to when he sees dwarves.
Would you like me to roll deception? It's terrible, but I'll do it.
I mean, you're technically lying, so yes.
Let's see. hmm Yeah! Goes to the defender.
God damn it!
What?
4, it's terrible.
No, Matt.
No, it goes to Ellie.
Matt.
Why?
Yeah, it goes
Because
to Ellie.
it goes
It's
to
like
the
hitting an ace.
offense.
No, it
Yeah,
goes
it-
to the defender. It's always
No,
gone
Matt,
to
it's
the defender.
like-
It
No,
always
it's
goes to the
offense.
offense.
It's like hitting an
It's like
opponent.
hitting.
It's
It's like
always-
it's like matching on AC. She
Mm.
matched
It's
your
a
deception, so she's able to
It's
see
like
through
rolling
it.
a 17 on a DC 17 saving throw.
Yes,
She got.
she caught you.
All right.
Why do people keep lying to me? She looks genuinely
Because-
hurt.
Because you get upset at everything. Or too curious about everything. So people don't want you to have to jump on something else the second you hear.
It was just
It's fine. Just forget it.
That's also a reason why. Look, just
Mhm.
continue, please. Hey, Cheshire, if you don't want her to look through the book, I understand.
No, I don't give a shit. I just don't feel like it's necessary to stick our noses in something
If,
else.
there's nothing in there, just let her poke her nose in, and if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. Then we can move on with our lives and prepare ourselves for seeing this.
You say that now. He puts it down. We'll get stuck in something else again.
Well, maybe this can help get us out of this. If there's nothing in there, they don't have any reason
Not
to
how
worry
it
about it.
works with this party, man.
You're not wrong.
With this party, it's the second something gets found out, we jump on it. So
We are very touch and run-in sword, aren't we?
Should I keep the same roll from before, or should I roll again?
Is he allowing you to take it?
I think, yeah.
Took the book out, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, he just took it out and dropped it
So
on a table. He didn't drop it on the
yes.
floor. Let me clarify
Yeah,
that.
you sit on the table, obviously. I didn't say that you dropped it on the floor. I said you dropped it on the table. So you set it down and you start looking through it, and it's weird because you start looking through and you're like, okay, this is right, because it's got a lot of older history as well, and you're like, yeah, this is a lot of very simple, very easy things to look over. And then you get to a part around a year ago, and there's a bit of it that starts talking about tension, difficulties with Dervok, how the king of Dervok was calling for there to be a settlement between the two factions. Something. It doesn't say exactly what, as this is from Mervale. It's just something that affected them because of the fact that it affected trade and such like that. But it then suddenly seems to cut to later, to 1 year ago, as though they were synonymously right next to each other, even though from the sound of it, it sounded like there was immediate resolve to it, despite the fact that they were saying that the tension was getting higher, hotter, more dangerous, and then just, nope, it's all resolved, all is well. One thing that you do notice between them, though, is that there's something odd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to type this out to make sure I don't have you guys losing this,
Yeah.
and so you can put this in your notes.
If you could just type the whole thing out,
Hold
please.
on, hold on. This
If you
is
could type out 5 paragraphs, essay, MLA formatted for me, that'd be perfect.
Double spaced.
Yes, exactly. Double spaced. Times New Roman 12.5.
Not 12.5. Not 12.5 on the periods.
Yes, yes. Make sure to get a nice header with your last name on it.
1 inch margin.
Oh my gosh! Don't make me relive my trauma.
Motherfucker.
When you read through when it's discussing the tension,
Mm-hmm.
it says that. Let me actually make sure I spelled that right. Everything's in the way. Hold on, I have to turn this. There we go. The name of the king is King Sanfel.
Isn't that the same guy Cheshire was talking about?
No.
Sounds like excuse.
Yeah, that was to the
Okay.
north. That was a different person. This is King Sunfell. This is Dervalk, which is to the south.
Gotcha.
And it just, it has, it actually has at least 3 points where it mentions his name.
Mhm.
King Sunfell, who has spoken with our good lord, trying to broker some kind of agreement between us. King Sunfell, who has led his people through the year.
Guru. Hello.
John! John has
It
vanished.
it nope it my headset muted itself for a second.
Nice.
Where'd it get me off at?
Second part of what King
Yeah.
Safal's doing.
King Sunfell, who led people through a 3-year drought. King Sunfell, basically just implying that they were hopeful for a peaceful resolution, but that he sounded to the person writing this as though there was a tension of war in the air, a palpability of inevitability, where they were worried that King Sunfell would potentially attack any of the neighboring nations. And Mervale was one that they were particularly worried about because it's their home, it's their country. And then when it goes to the transition to the next chapter, where it's talking about as the new season has approached us, it is the new spring of this year. We talks about a few things, and then it mentions that the great treaties of peace between our Lord and King Dominion of Dervalk. That's how the names are spelled.
Mm-hmm.
King Sunfell and King Dominion.
I said Dominion. I'm like,
Dominion. And there's one other thing you notice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't auto-correct me. Sorry, my thing's being a pain in my butt. When it mentions the Lord of Mervale, I'm sorry, I'm just typing this out to make sure that you'll get this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It mentions when it's discussing between King Sunfell and stop that. Lord Reigned. And then the treaty is discussed as being between King Dominion and Lord Ervind.
Mm-hmm.
Which needs to be discussed between winter and spring. With no discussion, nothing brought up as to why the names are changed.
So it's suddenly from kings to lords into...
No. The Lord is the Lord of Mervale. The King is the
Okay.
King of Dervalk. Dervalk is a completely different country than Mervale. Excuse me. Dervalk is the
Gotcha.
southern country. Mervale is the easternmost country. The country you guys have been traveling around.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually on the border of Dervalk when you were in the mountains with the dwarves and whatnot a whiles back. Back when you found out that Wolf was heading his way towards the Emerald Towers.
All right. I will relay all of this information.
Matt, I might ask you to copy paste those notes for me.
Yeah, that's cool. As soon as Guru does it for me.
Remind me. I'll send it to you after the session.
Yeah, cool. Also, Guru,
Yes.
just to remind you about the notes from yesterday.
Remind me again in DMs.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing. Make a history check.
Okay.
Any of us since she
Him.
related,
Her.
or just her?
Her
Okay.
specifically.
Yeah.
Something doesn't add up about one other thing.
Yeah.
The 3-year drought sounds like it was a pretty big deal,
Right.
but you can't place your finger on what year it was when the 3-year drought occurred. Because you're not originally from Dervok. So that does make sense, but at the same time, it's like it's on the tip of your tongue. And it's just not quite adding up. Because it mentions it as though it was more recent than it feels like it should have been. But then again, you have a history of Mervale, not of Dervok.
That is true. I will have to look into that.
Okay. Make a note of that for yourself. None of that makes a whole lot of sense to me, I'm going to be honest with you. Card just kind of scratches his neck. If they changed leadership, I mean, why write about it at all?
This does in fact leave us with more questions than answers. But there isn't anything we can do about that now, especially since this doesn't seem like a very conducive place to gather information.
We're in the middle of an inn, so he kind of like shrugs, just like, I mean, it's a
We're also in the
place.
middle of one of the largest learning places in this country, and yet we can't seem to find any information about it. So, currently, we'll have to table this.
I suppose that's fair enough. Kind of taps Cheshire on the shoulder lightly. Looks like it didn't get us completely turned around into something new, huh? Hopefully, at least. You see him like just rubbing his face, just like, oh no.
What?
Nothing, just. She's right. This brings up a lot more questions than I wish to have.
Alright, so what are you saying, Washington? Exactly.
We leave it. You're right, there isn't anything we can do about this right now. It doesn't. With things that are clearly above our pay grade.
That's putting it politely.
So at this point, I suggest we leave it as it is.
Alright. Get rest. I guess we gotta get ready to go. Talk to this random guy and let's see.
Oh, Jesus.
Talk to who?
That one random guy in the sewers, right? And
After that, we can either get more jobs here or we can go.
why are we going to the Emerald Towers again? I honestly
Wolf.
forgot. Oh, I keep forgetting we're actually doing that still. Like, I honestly keep forgetting.
To be fair, we can do as we wish.
Where is
Where is what? Emerald Towers? It's maybe a month and a half, 2 months journey from here.
Is that where she is?
Where Miss Dove should be if she's making her way the same direction.
Alright. Harris, how's Ellie looking?
She hasn't said a word.
Oh yeah, I've noticed. That's why I said looking.
Contemplative and slightly upset.
What's wrong, Ellie?
I'm fine.
Insight check.
Do you really need one?
I don't know.
He just goes, if you're gonna keep looking like that, you're just gonna make like things are just gonna progressively get worse. We at least need to talk about things bothering us for the moment, because currently things can be going to hell in a handbasket.
It's my fault.
It's not yours. I'm tired of
Partially.
getting lied to, but apparently me being upset involves me poking my nose in other people's business. So I'm just gonna keep my head down and serve as the shield that I'm meant to be.
It's not about you knowing things. It's about you. Anytime you hear a thing, you go out of your way to do it.
That in and of itself
Like I
isn't
said.
bad either.
Like I said, your curiosity. Curiosity itself isn't bad, but an abundance of it can be deadly.
Curiosity is what gets us information, whether it leads us to something large or something small that we could just know is the factor, is the variable. Maybe it leads to something that's just completely useless. Okay, wasted time. Maybe it leads us to something that works in the bigger picture.
Maybe something that leads to a lot of attention.
He still. Never mind.
No, we need to talk about this. Like, are we gonna be the type of group that's gonna be putting our heads places and getting a lot of attention? Because that decides my next moves.
Trying to get attention, but I wanted to know about Shield Guardians, and when people react negatively to a simple question, I want to know what's wrong with them.
I want all of y'all to answer that question I just asked. What are we doing? Are we going to be the people that take credit for things and get a good amount of attention? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I
I'm
can
not
give
the
an
one
answer.
asking
I just-
about being recognized.
Being recognized can get us in more doors than being the silent types, unless we're being recognized by people who are not exactly singing our praises. Depends on what we're looking to do.
Do we want to stick our necks out? Like, I'm not saying any option's bad. Are we going to be the ones to stick our necks out and keep our presence known? Or are we going to be more subtle? These are the things I need to know and I'm upset it took me this long to ask it.
I've always worked more subtly, personally.
I just want to help people. I don't care if they know me or not.
It's not about. I'm not saying that anymore. I'm not saying about getting our names out there. I'm saying the actions we are going to take. Is it going to be more subtle or more out in the open?
I suppose subtle unless I'm forced to fight something big because it's attacked us.
Because so far, we've done a lot of stuff not subtly. Such as the big help in the city, which isn't a bad. None of this is a bad thing. Such as doing the big thing helping the city. Such as killing the giants, then presenting them to the mayor of that town. None of this has been subtle, and I just want to bring it to the limelight of what we're doing.
Again, I don't really know. I just want to help.
There was a reason I was on the caravan before.
You were in hiding.
I'm still trying to be.
And if we do things big, then it can put you out in the limelight and get you in trouble.
And each day we're getting more and more into the limelight. With each action we're doing, by how we're doing it. I like you people a lot, but I'm not trying to get hung. Which, let's be honest, if I get caught again, I'm dying. So, are we gonna do? I don't care what option we do at this point. We being flashy or we being subtle? Because if you're saying subtle, that means we're gonna have to change what we've been doing. If you're saying keep things how they are, we can keep things how they are. I just want to know at this point.
Ellie looks lost because she genuinely does not know.
Being received well will help our tribe in some ways, but you are close to us, and we can reserve ourselves until we return to our tribe. If it will.
Karg, what do you think is best for you and Ellie, and do not bullshit me?
Not bullshitting. Helping and making the world a better place is not a bad thing. But we don't need the recognition. We don't need it. And I'm
This is not
glory.
about recognition, Karg. This is about the process of how things are done.
As in whether or not we're going to remain silent and observers to what's going on, or if we're taking an active jump.
Are we going to back off, or are we going to keep doing things as we are? I do not care what you say. I just need an actual truthful answer of no bullshit.
I need answers as much as you do for what's happened. If we don't lean into this and understand more, I don't know that I'd be fine with that. I could live with it, but I wouldn't be okay. I'm willing to follow all of you in your decision as much as anyone else, but I am close to strength that may help us if this magic is. This thing is something my god can overcome. Maybe if we just travel as we are and wait until then to see. I don't know. I want what's best for all of us, not just for
Cheshire just
myself.
holds his hand up.
I know
That's
you
the
mean.
answer I needed. I don't give a shit. That's the answer I need.
Thank you. So, do we go down into the depths of the sewers to speak with the crazy man, or do we find more ways with which to get paid so we can move quicker to the tower?
How does getting money mean moving faster?
Money.
Money can buy us into places that can potentially allow us to speak with people of particular speed. In other words, they'll be able to get us from here to somewhere close, at least, to
How much time
towers.
until 11?
By this point, I'd say about 5 hours.
Jesus
I'm,
Christ!
I'm
Wait,
going
no,
to
my
my room.
apologies. I did the math wrong. 3 hours.
Chase Grove, I'm going to the room I got. Use it. They don't understand.
To the what?
to the room, and that's his.
Mm.
Get some rest. I'll be here. You two need rest?
I'm fine.
How do you feel about that?
Wait, what?
What he's told us. The
I
idea of
don't know.
doing what's best for us, but do you think that our tribe needs recognition?
It doesn't need recognition. I just like to help people.
I never said that you didn't.
I'm fine with us not having recognition. I'm fine with no one knowing who it is. Done well with it so far. It means more people just leave us alone.
Not wrong there.
Besides, the less known we are, the less responsibility I have to make friends once this is all over.
More and more I want to see Cheshire actually trust himself. I feel like he doesn't.
She sets her head on the fucking bar.
Do you feel like he's a good man?
You sees her nod her head, though I'm sure it looks fucking weird from that angle.
It's noticeable enough. I've seen that kind of, like, put your head in your hands kind of nodding before. We work as a team. And if he says that he needs us to do something, can you trust him to know what he's doing?
She nods again.
Even if it means running.
It means leaving people behind, and I don't know. That's something I can't decide now because I don't know what the situation would be.
I know. And I'm not saying that would be the answer we'd take, but at the very least, we can trust that he knows what he's doing. Like if your sister told you that she could take care of something and you knew that she could do it. Or you had her hearing you say that. You could handle yourself, right?
I suppose. Just because we say we do something and they let the other go doesn't mean that we don't want to grab them and drag them back.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't make sure of my part to help him.
This is confusing.
Just gonna check something real quick.
My leg is cramping.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do I not have that on here? Uh-oh. Nope.
Mm.
You see him rub his face slowly, then pause and kind of like pat his sides and kind of just slowly just exhale. Remind me next time we get money that I need to get a specific component.
What component?
Just some diamonds. Nothing big.
For once she looks up and looks at him when it's like, oh, it's nothing big, it's diamonds.
What? What?
Never mind. Never mind.
I just need to make sure that I have the ability to better protect everyone.
No, it's more the sentence of nothing big, just some diamonds.
For a caster, it's just a component to us. For other people, I suppose it's a bigger deal. Is it that big a deal?
Ask Elisha.
Elisha.
Depends. Depends on the amount of diamonds, depends upon the cost.
Approximately 300 gold worth.
That's enough to resurrect someone.
Revive is more accurate. But it can help prevent us from losing someone. Yes. And it's something I want to ensure that we don't struggle with. But at the moment, I have an amount of money. I didn't want to.
Amount.
About 50 gold worth. I'm a sixth of the way there, so I need to save up a little more.
I put 50 gold in front of him.
Ellie,
Shut up and take it.
he adds it to his pouch. It's a third of the way there. It's closer. I didn't want to. I didn't want to worry Cheshire, because I feel like he worries enough as it is.
Part of me doesn't want to go.
Then let's not. Stay here. Actually get a good night's rest. Let this
Yeah,
city have
something
its
important.
secrets. We don't need to jump into every hoop that lies in our path.
Fine.
We'll be fine. I'll go tell Cheshire we're going to stay in and let him know we're just going to rest and relax, not get ourselves wound up in this place's conspiracies. Alright?
Okay.
You see him hesitate. You see his eyes seem to go distant for a moment as he seems to struggle with the thought.
You okay?
I kind of blinks for a second. And I'm going to type you something since he says something in Orcish.
Halfway through, Elijah goes, slap, slap, and just comprehend language.
I need to have this always up, apparently, with you assholes.
I respect their privacy.
Technically, I have a question.
Mhm.
If Elisha remembered the exact words that he said, then later cast comprehend languages, then said it out loud to herself, could she comprehend it that way?
Any spoken language would be translated, even if
That's
to
a
her,
dumb way. Like, that's
Yeah.
what is that feat? What's the feat Caleb has?
keen mind.
Yeah. Keen
Keen
mind.
mind. That's an amazing way to use keen mind.
That is a very interesting way to use it, and I'm intrigued by the idea.
Guru, I'm gonna DM you something.
Yep. Actually, I'm gonna roll something to see if he actually says this right.
Are you testing
Natural
whether or
20.
not he knows his own?
Oh no, trust me, this is gonna be even more confusing. He says this in Orcish, refocuses, smiles gently, kisses you on the forehead, and goes upstairs. It's the same sort of thing where you saw the dwarf man just kind of like snap out and forget for a second that he said anything. He kisses you on the forehead and then he goes upstairs.
She looks very worried and confused. She immediately spins around. Barkeep,
Hmm.
I need something strong, please.
Sure. Grabs a heavy bottle and sets it down. Bottle or mug?
Just a mug.
Pours it for you. It'll be a silver piece. This is the strong stuff.
She'll set down a silver.
Slides you the mug.
She downs it.
You down it, and as you finish, you're just like, yeah, okay, good. You hear, son of a bitch!
What the hell happened?
Nothing! Sorry!
Okay, well, now I'm curious, so I'm heading up.
Butters, is there
Is
any
he
sort
naked
of
again?
way that he can
Fuck
attempt
no.
to? No?
I DM'd you, why fuck no.
I figured as much. You come upstairs and you see the room that Cheshire's, and you see Karg just like flipping his bed upside down, like looking around, just like, oh, this misty stepping mother, where'd he go? Pokes his head out the window, just like, Cheshire, Cheshire. Clearly not raising his voice too loud, trying to get us in. Hey, Cheshire.
Guru, that's what I DM'd you.
Yeah,
He's
I
gone,
figured
isn't
as
he?
much. They gave him about a head start. I know.
Yeah, I follow.
You follow. You just see Karg leaning out, half out the window, just like yelling Cheshire's name into the alley as he's looking around. Cheshire's missing. Do you happen to have locate things? He looks at Elisha, just like looking frazzled, frustrated, and confused.
If you mean locate object, I have it, but not prepared. I only just learned it today. And since my book is with that gentleman...
You can't. Fuck! Just drags his hands down
How
his
tall
face.
is the window?
What do you mean?
How high
Like,
up the
how
ground?
high is the window? Yeah.
Just second story.
She'll jump down.
Whoop. It's easy. Kathump.
She'll look around for tracks.
Roll a survival check.
Yep.
It's a very messy place. It's definitely not the easiest sort of thing, and it's stone path, so there's not like there's like footprints in dirt and such.
She'll head. Is it an alleyway essentially? From what I can tell, I'm sorry. She'll head towards the street.
Okay.
Are there people there?
There's people. It's not a huge amount as it is about 8 p.m. So people are still out and still milling around, going to tavern crawls and whatnot, but
Is there a shop or like a stall that faces the alley?
there are a few.
I'll move towards the closest one and ask if they saw someone come out of the alleyway.
I can't really say that I've seen anything, really. It's, kind of motions around. There's a lot of people here, and I've been working my hardest to, get things done rather than focus on, anything else, if you catch my drift.
I understand. Okay. She'll head back at the tavern.
Sorry.
You're fine. She'll head back up to his room.
Oh my fucking god.
What? What?
Girl.
Yep, DM it to me.
I rolled something and I didn't want to roll it and roll 20 because then the chat would get to see it and I don't want to go limey to.
Of course. DM it to me, please.
I don't even know if Limey watches this.
She told me a while ago she did. I don't know if she still does.
Of course she watches some of these.
I know she watches some of them, but I don't know if she keeps up, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Do you want to hop over to you in a little bit? Just like in a moment, since you're clearly doing something else, or do you want to keep that as between you and yourself? Actually, no. We can go to you. We can go to you in a second. So you guys go back, and Kargs just like goes down and sits in the bar area. Just kind of sits with his back so he can look towards the door. Just kind of tapping his thumbs together. Just kind of motions to you to just like, if you have anything that you need to do, go ahead. Go get some sleep, though. I'll wait up for Cheshire. Alright?
You know I'm gonna wait with you, right?
No, you're not. You deserve sleep more than anyone else, and as much as I know, you want to make sure he's safe as much as I do. Just, please. Go to sleep.
Love, I don't think you understand. I won't be able to sleep.
Go lay down then, and if he's not back by the time we would have been going out, or rather if I'm not in your bed by then, come down and we'll wait. Alright?
Okay.
At least try and get some sleep. And if you nod off before then, I'll try and be in your bed before you wake up.
She tilts her head because now he's a lot more affectionate and she's confused.
Roll an
But
insight
she'll
check.
head up to the room. Oh,
If you're confused and you want to look into it, by all means.
oh 6.
You're tired. It sounds like a good idea, but I mean, fine.
You let upstairs.
Okay, so go upstairs. More than easy enough. So we'll cut over to Cheshire, who, despite being exhausted, is a very stealthy boy. So, what are you doing?
Paris, I'll say this. With disadvantage, I rolled a 15 on the die.
I kind of figured.
You got a
And
20
then-
in total.
20 total, yeah. Fucking, I just had a heart attack. I was like, my critical roll dice love me. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They
Like,
fucking
jeez.
do.
But yeah, he just. As soon as he just goes, all right, I'm gonna just go to my room. He walks upstairs, takes a deep breath in his room, and just teleports out the window.
Just a quick misty step.
He just starts walking. Just starts walking towards the other side of town. Don't care which side. Just away.
Roll a d4.
Northwest, southeast.
Yep. So you head towards the east, getting yourself into a place it's
You technically
Quieter.
head whichever direction has more city left.
more city left,
Yeah.
as in not built up, or
He's heading just towards a busier part of town.
so a more
Does that make
congested sort of
More
place.
congested, and he wants to be farther away from here.
Okay, then Ellie's right. It would be west.
West.
Yeah, so
West.
there we go.
So yes, you are heading west.
That's west, Patrick.
And to be fair, he read it as northwest southeast. That's why I said east. But if we went northeast southwest, yes, it would be west. So yes, you are able to head towards the west. It's busier. It's got a few more pubs. So there's like pub crawls that, you see some of the more younger teenage folk kind of like hanging off each other, just like, yo, this is just the first place. We're going there next. They got the best chips in town. And then there's shops that are open. Some of them have food that they're selling, which clearly the pub crawl is something that's often enough that they have stands that are clearly selling stuff that they claim will help prevent hangovers and such like that, or help alleviate it with this is canned
Sure.
delight. It tastes like water. Yeah.
I see anybody that looks like they're carrying weapons, carrying items like spell components on them. I'm looking for a group of adventurers. And I feel like pub crawl is the right place to find them.
It would be the right place. Roll a. Not sure if this would be a perception or insight check. I want to say insight. 'Cause you're looking for a group of adventurers. So you're trying to read the people coming through.
I'm using my dice now. I'm seeing how hot they can be tonight.
Mm,
Okay. 13 with disadvantage.
13 is not bad. Eventually, you see a group of people, clearly not from here. Mostly because they're two giant folk, giant kin, and two of the shorter races, a Goliath and a Furbolg, with a halfling and a gnome. The Furbolg's wearing pelts and very naturalistic-looking clothing. Everything looks to be au naturel, if you will. Not
Yeah.
going all natural. Don't put nope. Stop that. Stopping that joke immediately. With a fancy, almost intrinsically crafted staff. The Goliath is wearing just full plate armor. Well, not plate armor. Splint mail armor. Looking sharp, eyes up, looking around at some of the people like he's not ready to like balk at them, but like ready to get into a rumble if things come down to it. The halfling has a jaunty little personality to him, kind of skipping as they're going, just waving their hands as though they're conducting the very world around them. And the gnome is just head down in a book, just like flinching at everything that is a loud sound around, like then going back to their book.
He'll just kind of tag along and get plastered with them
Okay.
a bit. Introduce himself.
Yep. They chat with him, clearly seeming to be all too happy to, you're a new guy. They're like, this is a lay of the land, and when they find out, hey, I'm not from around here, like, yeah, sure, we're not here from around here. Tell us some of your stories and whatnot. And they're just happy to just chat with you, see where things go.
I'll explain to him the story of how I dropped 80 feet onto a garbage monster.
No! Really? The halfling's just slapping their knee. That sounds amazing! How'd you live? Did you just stab it?
Yeah.
The Goliath gives you like this kind of like this once over and gives us like a slight nod, just like respect.
And he's just going to spend the night drinking and thinking.
When you're getting ready to part ways, the Furbolg puts like a hand on your shoulder, like, you need a little bit of a pick me up just to make sure you get to your place safely.
I'm just going to stay the night here. Whatever tavern he ended at, he's sleeping.
That's a pretty smart idea. I got a little bit heavy-handed on the drinks myself. If you are in need, we have a few places that are open in terms of the bedding and lodging. Can cover your cost if you need.
Alright.
Here, he puts a key in your hand. Make sure you get yourself some rest. You look like you've been hitting the drinks like a man who's trying to suck the life out of the very alcohol he's drinking and sipping on. Alright?
Alright.
Also, just in case, is there anyone I should inform of in case anyone comes looking for you, just so that the people who are around can make sure to
Puts his
not be
hand
too
on his
worried.
shoulder. I'm not here.
Puts a hand, like pats your shoulder gently, just like, that's understandable and fair. Just
At
go
least
get
right
some
now.
rest. Go get some rest. All right.
Good night. I'm going to walk out.
Sleep well. This place is great gravy. Just walks away after a moment.
Great gravy.
Right, exactly.
Some people, as a cure for hangovers, think gravy is something that would help with that. So he's been taking that as a cure, and he just enjoys it. He just has gotten to the point that he's just like, I just enjoy the gravy.
Does it actually work?
Especially a thermos full of gravy.
Ew!
He might.
You say ill, I think tasty. Put some rice in there,
Wait,
some
are you
shrimp.
thinking it-
Ooh.
Wait, thermos. I don't know why, but when you said thermos, I thought thermometer.
No,
fuck?
that is the
I know,
opposite
no,
of
no,
a
no, I
thermos.
know.
I
I know
love
the
my.
difference
I love to mix my thermometer. I love to mix my gravy and my
with
mercury.
mercury.
I know, right?
Leave me alone. Also, Don, question:
Yes. Possible answer.
Does the name Karkseid ring any bells in my head?
Roll a. Ooh. Yeah, I'll say history check. It's just a high check. 8. No, it doesn't. Doesn't ring any bells.
Mark my words, I will find something to increase my answer. There's something in my eye. Ew.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm obviously gonna ask him when he comes up. We can do that in DMs.
Okay.
It's 10:30.
I know. But
They
just so you're
fuck.
aware, he's probably not going to say anything regarding it. Just because it is, something
They
that we'd want to
fuck.
be talking about here.
What a-
But as you go to sleep, you eventually have him, lay down and let you curl up on him. No talking, just sleep. Butters, Cheshire is in a different inn for the time being, just getting some rest, getting some sleep, trying to think some things through. And Alasha is trying to figure out what in the heck everyone keeps talking about and saying that she's not able to understand. Curse the language barriers.
I only speak 3 languages. Leave me alone.
That being said, I think that's a very good place to end this session. A lot of questions
Yes.
up in the air. A lot of possibilities at your feet. So, if you are watching this back at home, we appreciate you watching and hope that you continue to enjoy the content we provide. If you do like this, feel free to leave us a follow on twitch.tv/whatteamcomp or subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is still the Uncommon Guru name. I haven't been able to figure out how to make that one what team comp. My apologies, but I'm working on it.
I can teach you somehow because I know exactly how.
Send me that information, please. I need
Wait,
to
YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube. Twitch is
I
already
think
what team
I-
comp.
Yeah, I think I have an idea of how to do it on YouTube.
Thank you very much. If you liked it, leave us a like and a comment. We appreciate it. It helps us learn how we can better, give back to you. And if you disliked it, please feel free to comment and let us know what we can do to improve. If it's just, oh man, you guys suck, that's just unnecessary. And if it's, hey,
And
you
you're
don't know their
probably a flat
characters,
earth.
shush.
Get out of here.
Hey, shush.
I mean, hey.
Oh my gosh. That being said, we
just
appreciate
saying.
you all. We appreciate you all. We hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, we've been What Team Comp. We'll see you all later. Bye bye.
Bye.